Cost of goods sold is cost price times what unit sold. That is COGS. People call it COGS. Cost of goods sold, right? So another way to do that is I can select the two, select one column, hold control if you are gonna select a different column. You can hold control and hold this. That's another without not going through the custom column. So you see the way I've selected these two, you notice that under the add column, there is a mathematical symbol that is already highlighted, asking us, because these are what numerical words, figures, it's asking you, do you want to apply any standard mathematical operations on it, like the things you see here, division, plus, minus, and all that. So I can just click on the drop down here and say, yes, products. Hello guys, welcome back to this series for PowerPoint transformation, data cleaning, and all whatnot. This is a series that will begin to enrich our experience in terms of how to handle data. It is my belief that before we get into cooking, there are things you have to do with the ingredients. If it is a vegetable that we need to remove from each stem, you have to remove them. If it is a beans, then you need to remove the stones in them. So that is what data cleaning and transformation is all about. So prepare the ingredients. So this is more like see it as us learning how to prepare our food, because if these are also part of the cooking and it is very essential. Imagine someone cooking a very delicious meal that has stone in it. This is how it can get. If you imagine that, then you see the importance of exactly what we are doing. So in this particular episode, we're gonna look at how to begin. We are stepping up into the advanced level of things, which is how to use a custom column to build columns and use things like M language to build queries and logic from our transformation. So let's get it on. First thing is to get our data for today, which is we're gonna work with products. Sorry, we're gonna work with products sales. Yes, let's work with product sales today. We're gonna select this. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so by the way, before we start again, I usually address those just in case if you are just meeting this episode from this series from this episode, you now want to start from the beginning or from or if you miss any previous or if you miss the previous series, you know, start from the previous series so you can always get the thread of things and not miss out on what we are doing so far. So this topic is basically for, let's call it custom code. Yeah, that's basically what we're gonna do. Yeah, custom code. And yeah, if you're following this series and I can just leave it that I'm just thinking of whether to call this on pivots. Yeah, we'll call it one anchor column. You know, is a column. Let's so that on pivot, so that the keyword on pivot will be there. One anchor on pivots. Yeah, can also call this one two anchor on pivots, so that the keyword of what we did will be there. Just like we see groups and pivots now, custom column. So what is it that we want to do from here? Just to show you how to create some logical queries on your original data using what custom columns under the add custom columns like this. That's one thing we're gonna do with it. Yeah, so first and first here is for us to observe the data that we have, right? You can see that we have a products A to E, right? So for each of these products, there is a cost price, there is a selling price, and there is units sold. Now, there are other things we can begin even to add in this data. Things like, I mean, this is only unit sold. That means how do we get our total um um how do we get our total sales, or what we call COGS, cost of goods sold as well. Cost of goods sold. So so this is cost price, which is like cost per unit, unit price. This is also the, selling price for one, and now this is quantity. So we can use things like a custom column to create further columns to begin to add varying units, or like add other test calculations, and then um so let's if for here I can just go to under the add column, I can just go to custom column. So I can call that total sales. Total sales. So under the total sales, what do I want? Total sales is simply what selling price. If I select this column, I will hit on insert, it will bring it in, or I can double click it. So selling price, or the syntaxes will always be detected to know when there is something wrong with the formula or not. So our selling price times what? Times the units times the unit sold. That's our total sales, right? So we can include this. So I can double click again. So either I double click on the columns here, or I select the column and insert, or I even type it myself. As you are typing the column, it will come out just like we have in Excel. So here you see, using a custom column, you can create a new column by, which is what we want to get the total sales, which is the selling price for one times the units sold. That will give us the total sales for that particular what product. So just hit OK. Mm, Yeah, that's it. So with that, we get our what, total sales using what custom column. So custom column is more like purely using M languages and stuff like that. There are also other ways, which I will show us two different ways, right? Um, let me, so okay, when we add all the whole columns, you can then change their data types at once so that you don't mess up your apply steps. So another way we can go with this is to also, if this is the total sales, how do you know the the cost of goods sold? So cost of goods sold is cost price times what units sold. That is COGS. People call it COGS, cost of goods sold, right? So another way to do that is I can select the two columns, which I have told us before. You select one column, hold control if you are gonna select a different column. You can hold control and hold this. That's another, without not going through the custom column. So you see the way I've selected these two, you notice that under the add column, there is a mathematical symbol that is already highlighted, asking us, because these are what numerical words, figures. It's asking you, do you want to apply any standard mathematical operations on it, like the things you see here, division, plus, minus, and all that. So I can just click on the drop down here and say, yes, products or multiply. No, not, yeah, multiply versus times. So what that means is our cost price, which you can see here. So you see the two things I did. Watch what I did here. Watch what I did here. Um, watch what I did here. The total sales was selling price times unit sold, while the multiplication is now is now cost price, which is given to you here times what? Unit sold. So it's just for you to know that it's basically the same. The idea is just for you to know what is it that you are doing. So this is what we can call it cost of goods sold. So COGS. Because if it costs, if this is what it costs for one now and you sold this, so this is what it costs for that, the how many of the goods that you sold, right? Let's see if we can get what I wanted. Assuming the okay, so if I have total sales divided by sum of, is that not sum of sum? Oh, and sum of total sales. Is that even right? But it doesn't show. Okay, 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 okay. I think this is because it's on row level. So it needs to be applied on row level. Okay, that's fine. So another thing we can say maybe like things like profit margin, right? So if we have a total sales and cost of goods sales, so we can say total sales minus cost of goods sold. So let's see. Yeah. So I've shown you three ways now. This is the third one that I showed here is what? By typing. I've shown you how to double click, how to insert by clicking, and how to also type it and it comes out. So we can call this profits. Yeah, profits. Yeah, profit gain. Yeah, that's profit. Since this is total sales minus cost of goods sold, that will give us what profit. So profit and profit. Yeah, if you make loss, we know. Mhm. So this is profit for this particular product. Interesting. Um, so picture that, mind you, yes, profit can also be minus, right? Meaning that um meaning that they made a loss, like huge loss. This is what it cost them, but this is what they sold it. So it's also important that you know that profit can be plus or minus. What other column can we create on this? We can create sales range, right? And that column for sales range, things like is more like a conditional column. You know what I told you guys that conditional column can also be created using custom column. So let's use that. Let's apply that here. So let's say, let me look at the sales that we have here, the kind of sales that we have here. So I know how to create them. What is the highest sales here? Highest total sales is, or let me do, no, let me do that on the profits. So the idea is, I mean, because this is only for practice purposes, so I'm trying to make it look more logical, right? So now I can go to my custom column and say maybe profits range. So you can see uh, things like, or what could be more easier now? Okay, let me not make it complex. So if it is no, or if it is less than zero, that's a loss. If it is, yeah, loss, gain, loss and gain, loss and gain, loss and gain. Profits. Then I think the right word for this should be profit margin, and then um, you know, profit margin, which is loss and gain. Um, Not sure about if we're using the correct nomenclature, but I mean, we'll survive. So they're not. So what are we saying? So we are saying if, what am I starting with this? So if profits if profit is less than or equals to zero, so less than or equals to zero, then call it loss. Else, else it is gain. Mm, yeah, you gain or you lose. So gain and loss. I hope that's the right word. Yeah. Okay. Let's just make it simple rather than yeah. So for those that are more, so you know so you just to grade the profit, so you know the ones that are in the long in the losing side and the ones that are gaining side, which is practically what did I type to you? Oh God, this should be zero. Yeah. So if profit is less than or equals to zero, then loss. If it is less than or equals to zero, it is a loss. Um, yes. And else, meaning anything greater than zero is a gain. Right. So profit margin, include it. Yeah. So you can see so you can see that here we have, see, when is minus is loss, when is positive is gain. It's as simple as that, which, in your analysis, is something you might want to use very well. So that will help you to know when the business, is there any pattern when they are gaining, and is there any pattern when they are what losing, and what are the most products that have the most losses. I mean, these are some of the things now you can begin to squeeze out. So these are ways you can begin to squeeze out features from just a little data. Look at how we started from here and look at how many things we're able to produce. And there is still a lot more one can what produce from just a very short data. All you need is just to ask yourself the right questions and then know how to what, apply them. So the basic thing will just to put them in their right. I mean, these are all mm, these are basically money, right? So you may just want to put them in these. All of them are basically money. So put them in decimal place for money, decimal place for cost of resource, decimal place. Or yeah, yeah, I think we should use that. Use that. Yeah, because it's money. So, oh my God. Um, remember what I taught you guys. So all I need is just to delete that of the profit margin. Yeah, and then remove. Yeah, the last one is not supposed to have comma. Yeah, that's a simple coding. Oh God, what have I done? Okay. Uh, done something. I've done something. Okay, it's fine. I give up. Let me redo it again. Okay, this time around, once and for all. Maybe that starts. Just putting all of them in fix. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So they are money. When you're dealing with money, remember to put them in their proper. The mistake I made was to put margin. Yeah, I forgot that it's not in the money value. That's why it gave me error immediately. It served it hot, fixed. Yeah, then it's supposed to be text, one number. Yes. Yeah. So you can see game laws. I think that's about a good proper like a simple condition you can give. So we see a lot of things that we've done with custom code. That's all about custom code. And there is a whole lot. There is this is far from me. This is the advanced level of transformation. There is a whole lot you can do with your custom code. There is very rigorous transformation you can do with your data with what custom coding, because that is where you can use M language to configure your data the way you want it, in the appropriate way that you want them as well. All right, guys. Like I said, we've entered into the advanced level of things. So in our next class, we look at um, if data modeling. Yeah, we look at data modeling and relationships in our next data modeling and relationship in our next class. All right, thank you, guys.